I would give you the best updates as my gratitude for always watching and subscribing to this channel, so you all will get the best summary of the top list game that has the best gameplay, graphic and visual that the game has released globally. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video of Top 13 Global Release Games that are worth playing now, RPG, MMORPG, action game for mobile. We have a new Facebook fans page now. The name is GameMobile HDgraphic. Besides on YouTube, we will give an update on Facebook as well. A lot of amazing top list games will show up every day, so please check this out now. The link on the description and pinned comment. Wizard World Harry's Mystery. This is a very good RPG game that everyone should play. Even the game can be played without the connection. We will become a wizard who is able to control the magic stick to call a fire element as your main power. Surely the game gets an inspiration from a Harry Potter series. No wonder we can ride a flying broom to explore the world in the sky and reach a certain location much faster, even if we can find the flying dragon up there. Even the game size is pretty low, but the game's quality is pretty good, especially the character movement, control and how the architect building is perfectly designed. The game's combat mechanism is a hack and slash with a very simple mechanism. We don't have to think about the energy or stamina, which is we all can freely make an action. It has a storyline and the hint is so perfectly show us how the next destination we should reach. I really hope the developer will giving an update about making the city become way more alive by adding some more NPC and wizard. Some animation scene will show up. Absolutely the best new ARPG game for mobile. All Firing. This game is pretty worth playing with a new art style and pretty interesting character design with a chibi concept in waifu character selection. Will easily attract you any male players to play. The game has a side-scrolling perspective, but we can explore the world in the open world concept in a voxel style or volumetric pixel just look like a Lego. The player can maintain 3 main characters to fight in a real-time combat. Switch the hero will extend the combos and it will create a combination strike, simple attack and also entrance attack. Always remember all of the characters will have their own element like a fire, wind, lightning, ice and also dark. Each of the elements will have their own synergy. Explore the world of voxel that are full of mystery along the way. We need to seek a hidden treasure chest and also a secret area. This game is pretty fit for a player who's looking for a dynamic combat, fast-paced gameplay, and looking for a new experience in a different perspective. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Finally, this game can be played on mobile. It's just like a dream come true seeing this famous game can be played on our hand now. Such a pleasure to have it. This game has a very good visual even though it's been released for a few moments before. It has an open world concept and we should always try on solving the puzzle, especially when we are in the dungeon. The combat mechanism will run in a real time. We can use 2 different weapons of sword and also a slingshot. If we would like to compare it with the other version, surely it has a darker vibes than any Zelda games you know. Main quests and also side quests are available to do. It will give you an extra storyline if you want to enjoy the adventure with a classical experience. Surely this RPG is the best answer. Flash Peak. This game has an excellent concept where the developer add 2 different genres into one. They are the sport and also the action RPG. So the player will have a chance to enjoy the soccer game with a very unique skill. We can release the ultimate skill to pass through the enemy or shot the enemy from a distance with a powerful shot. Basically, every character has their own skill like attacking, defending, dribbling, and of course shooting for a goal. It has a multiplayer game concept where we can make a great collaboration with the other players. Pass the ball to your friend and open a space to make a room for hitting the ball and get your first goal. I love how it has a third-person perspective, so the player only navigate and control one player on the field. The rest of the player will play in a real time and play the whole game within 4 versus 4. It's a great PvP game and unique competitive as well. Gundam Battle Operation. There is no Gundam game can stand against it. It has 100% the best game's gameplay. The combat itself looks so attractive because it represents what the actual Gundam looks like. We can hold 2 different weapons of saber sword for close range combat and also gun for the long range one. Can you imagine? We are also able to fly along the sky with a super jetpack. Control your hero while on the aerial move and make a combination action of attacking and also flying. The main gameplay is a brawl-based system. It will make the combat look so chaotic. I am sure you can manage the control and how we easily can navigate the hero. So we can decide to play on the ground or in the air. Just to remind you, it needs a lot of free space, which is up to 8 GB in total. Best action hack and slash game for mobile. Crisis X. This is a new brand MMORPG with a survival base. The game shows us how the zombie world looks like and how chaotic the apocalypse ambience is. A lot of the main ideas will be the key, which are the PvP, crafting, and also the base building system. Our main enemy is a zombie, so we will fight against a ton of zombies that will appear randomly along your journey, so we need to always be ready anytime. Because they all will come from any direction. Use a variety of guns with a different power, like the firing speed and also the gun's power will take a different results at the end. While exploring the world, we need to always scan the area for getting a certain material for making your base bigger. Even this game has a zombie based game, but it has a PvP battle, so we need to conquer the enemy zone and make an alliance. NTE, Neverness to Everness. This game is amazing, trust me, you will find everything that you need on anime style. The visual looks so magnificent with a lot of cinematic scenes always showing up. The gameplay is the main aspect that I will give a huge appreciation of, so much detail and effort they put into it. The level of attention to detail is impressive. The way they add a punishment system is well on describing how the prisoner works. We will be arrested once we make too aggressive action like killing the NPC or hitting the NPC. The storyline is really engaging, so much mystery and plot twists we'll find, and I'm sure you guys will not get the main idea of the storyline's dialogue. The combat mechanism is a hack and slash game. Switch the character, make an extra attack through the entrance strike. Explore the urban world by driving a different kind of vehicle freely. Top game to play for mobile. Blue Fire. This game finally came to mobile platform. Fun fact, it was released on a different platform before, which is on PC. And now we can play it amazingly on mobile. I really love how the game works perfectly running so easily and smoothly on mobile devices. It doesn't need a high endpoint to run it. Even if you set the graphic on the maximum graphic, everything will run so easy. This game has a platformer in 3D action game, so we should keep moving forward and avoid any obstacle that we face. We need to jump on the right precision because a lot of tall walls we should reach by dashing on the air. We will explore the abandoned castle with a dark fantasy theme concept. We need to always be aware about the object around us because we will find a lot of mystery that we need to solve, like finding the key, opening up the huge gate to reach the next area. I love how the moveset we actually can use, like making a combination of two different actions like jumping, dashing, and also attacking. The game's combat mechanism is a hack and slash base. The player needs to maintain when we should strike the enemy because all of the enemy's pattern is difficult to predict. Blue Protocol Star Resonance. This is one of the best anime MMORPGs on mobile. I really love everything that the game has, the visual, graphic, and how the game animation progress is. Everything is made perfectly. I don't even have any single complaints about it. The game is focused on the exploration, the co-op dungeon, and how the world boss can raid with so much player at once. With a real-time combat battle will easily hook any player who prefer to enjoy a hack and slash game rather than a tap and click base. 3 main role heroes are available to be picked. They are tanker, healer, and also DPS. It has a huge open world area where we can explore and enjoy the beautiful scenery of anime fantasy panoramas. Collecting some material and resources and find out a hidden treasure will make it even fun. Besides the combat, we will have an extra life skills, fishing, cooking, crafting, and also mining, which is we will have a lot of non-combat activity to enjoy daily. Best game MMORPG for mobile. Game of Thrones King Root. Before you start downloading this game, make sure you have a high endpoint to play it, because the game will consume so much battery and effort to run it smoothly. Even my highest point spec Snapdragon Elite can't stand against it once I set it into the highest graphic setting. Okay, let's get back to the gameplay. We will explore the Westeros world with such a wide world. I think this game has one of the widest open world games on mobile in a seamless concept, which is will not find any loading screen. That's the reason why the game needs a high-end device to render a far view distance into a reality. In combat, the player needs to play manually because some action will take a crucial part to determine how the gameplay will be. The player can do a counter, dodge, parry, and skill. All of the enemies will have their own pattern that you need to learn because the game's level difficulty is quite hard. Blade Ride Rivals. I'm sure this game should get more attention. This game has improved a lot since they did an early access for the first time, but right now the game becomes much more interesting from the smoothness gameplay and how the player can maintain their own combat styles based on the character we should pick. Even though it's kind of a battle royale, but the game looks so much different because we don't use any long-range weapons as the main combat, but the player use the close-range combat or melee playstyle, which is something new in the game's genre. Some weapons are available to pick, they are sword and also axe. The number of players who are participate in a game is lower than usual battle royale base, it's about 20 players only. With this number, you guys can finish the game much faster. Our main goal is to be the last man standing. Art Night and Field. This game is absolutely magnificent. It just has a AAA class, which is the top tier level game on mobile. We'll have a realistic game anime that comes perfectly on mobile. Everything is crafted beautifully. The animation, the storyline, and how the attention to detail has the PC level. I would say this game has the same level with NTE, Neverness to Everness, Genshin Impact, and also Wuthering Waves. The game has a lot of animation storyline that will deliver the storyline easier. I'm sure you will enjoy it. In fact, it has a voiceover as well. The player will have the freedom to decide about what we should do, managing your building sector, hunting the monster, or exploring the world to find the treasure and material for crafting. The game's combat mechanism is a hack and slash base, but I love the gameplays because all of our allies will help us while we are in battle. They all will actively attack and we can control and navigate them as well, especially to launch the skill. Where winds meet, this game is well on describing on what the Chinese world looks like, especially on the medieval fights. The combat gameplay looks so amazing because the player has a great action combat that most of the player look it like a Black Myth Wukong style. The world is unbelievably wide, we can explore it freely, either on the air like flying or just exploring the ground area with your parkour style moveset. The game's combat mechanism is quite unique because the player can make an instant kill by doing a stealth or combos. The game's combat mechanism is a fast-paced combat. We can use so many weapons and switch it anytime. Once you switch your main weapon, that means you need to adjust your combat playstyle. A lot of moveset we can do like parrying, counter-attack, dodge, and combo. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.